As tough a day as it was for Georgia in Athens, it was a resoundingly great day for the LSU Tigers in Death Valley with a convincing statement victory over an undefeated team in Florida. Joe Burrow continues to impress, and that has now started the narrative. Who is the team to beat in the SEC West? Is it LSU or is it Alabama? So let's start right there, Pollack. Who you got? You got the Bayou Bengals or you got the Tide?
You know what's nice is it's the first time in so many years that this is actually a debate, because I'm just telling you, we used to always try to pump up LSU, Alabama, and I'm like, LSU can score like 7 points, bro. It's not going to matter. They're not going to beat them. But now it's going to be really fun to see. I tell you what, the game's played in Tuscaloosa. Right now, I will give the edge to Alabama. I'll say this. Their pass rush was better a week ago, this past week, than it's been in the past, and it's going to have to get better. The running game is getting a little bit better, too. But I just think Alabama, when you're watching them, they get the advantage of being at home. It's not in the crazy land of Baton Rouge. It's going to be in Tuscaloosa, and that has to mean something right now. I'll lean towards Alabama.
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe Alabama has a slight edge, but what we do know is there is one team in the country that has been battle-tested, and that's LSU. They played Texas, now they played Florida. Nobody else can say they have a resume with those kind of games on it so far, and so as we look at LSU, they look terrific. When you look at this Alabama offense, it is still very, very scary. Every single Saturday, I mean, Tua's stats are terrific, but really, the fact that he can throw it for 5 yards, and it doesn't matter which guy, it could be Ruggs or Waddle or Smith, or it doesn't matter. Whichever one of those guys touches the ball, they can go 80. And so this game, honestly, I can't wait to see what the line is, like the over-under number, because it's going to look like a Big 12 over-under, because the Alabama defense has also given up points, like 28 points a game to SEC opponents this year, and we've seen LSU's defense give up some points. The over-under is going to look like a Big 12 football game.
On the football field, it is so impressive what LSU's done. Arguably the two most impressive wins of the year, Texas, and now they beat Florida at home. Speaking of Bama and LSU, let's take a look further into this. At this week's college football rankings brought to you by AT&T, the LSU Tigers are the big movers after that win, up to second in the country behind Alabama. Clemson and Ohio State round out the top four. Who you got?
I know you're not going to like this answer, but that team that was sitting there with 12%, Clemson,
yep.
They should still be number one. They're the defending champion. They have not been beaten. We know what they are. Now, when you watch Trevor Lawrence, he had another really bad interception in the game this past Saturday. But what we know of good quarterbacks, talented quarterbacks, we've seen Sam Darnold do it. If you watch Justin Herbert, you see him do it at times. They think that they can magically make the ball get somewhere where it shouldn't be. And Trevor Lawrence is trying to do too much right now. They'll fix that. I still have Clemson, the defending champ, at number one.
Joey, if all the football teams you've watched, let me ask this a different way. Marty, I'm going to take over your job real quick. Who's the best team you've watched this year, and you say that team looks better than anybody else in the country?
Well, I think it's tough because you look at who they've played. And so, like I said, there's only one team that's been battle-tested. That's LSU. Nobody else can say they've played anybody. And so, as I'm looking at it, I feel perfectly comfortable. If you match these four teams up, Clemson will be fine.
I don't disagree with that. I think Clemson will be fine. But the answer is LSU. LSU will have the committee will have them number one. They should be number one. Again, committee, don't talk to me about strength of schedule. Don't tell me that matters if you got a team that goes to Texas to start their season and wins at Texas, a top 15 team in college football, and just handles their business at home against Florida, another one of the better teams in college football. There is nothing nobody else has done to come close to that. LSU should be the number one team in the country, and it's not even close.
I cannot wait until November 9th in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, because to Galloway's point, they might score 115 points combined in that one. These gentlemen obviously have plenty to say.
Hey, thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more scores, highlights, and analysis, you can download the ESPN app. You've got the ESPN app, right?
Honestly, on Saturdays for college football fans, if you don't have the ESPN app, that's the lifeline for every college football fan. So you have to have that. The live streaming now, ESPN Plus. To me, it's the only way to go.
ESPN Plus was key for me recently. Got to get ESPN Plus. Arkansas State, Troy, down to the wire.
Loving it.
Superdog winner. Thanks to ESPN Plus.